Hi guys and welcome back to 91 Wheels. This is the updated for 2022 MG ZS EV. A lot of changes have been made, especially
A claimed range of over 461 kilometers, which is phenomenal for this price segment.
now for the entire day we will be driving the ZS EV, me and Nitin, to give you our review, our verdict on the vehicle, especially from the claimed range point of view.
Now we left MG showroom with a 100% charge. How will our day go? Well, stay tuned to find that out. But before we start our journey, let us have a look on what has changed with this MG ZS EV update. For starters, you get a completely new front fascia. You get these beautiful LED headlamps. The front grille, it is different. And also, what remains exclusive to this iteration of the ZS EV is this new ADAS system. We'll talk about it later, but apart from that, in terms of the looks, you also get this new front bumper. When compared to the previous iteration, yes, it may not be as subtle or as elegant, but for the update, I think the design, it has matured. Move to the sides and you'll notice this new alloy wheel design. Now let me tell you, these are not proper alloys, but a plastic cap gives a good look, but I think MG has gone the cost-cutting way. Apart from that, the side profile remains largely similar. I know a lot of people would be appreciating the chrome on the door handles, and I think from the sides, it retains its elegant and a premium appeal that it always had. Now things at the rear too have changed, and let me tell you, they have changed for good. What we get are these new LED tail lights. We also have a prominent MG logo right in the center. The bumper is new, features this gloss black treatment, which in my opinion looks fantastic. And in all, if I talk about the design of the MG ZS EV, I think it's a sorted vehicle and should appeal to most of the buyers. Now on the insides too, things have changed. To start with, you get this new black red theme in the inside. You have a soft touch dashboard. You also have this very premium leather finish on the front of the dashboard. And in all, I think the cabin not only feels premium, but I think the quality levels, they are impressive. Speaking of the changes, I do get a new instrument console, a fully digital unit. I also have this new infotainment display. Shows me a lot of information. I have Apple CarPlay, I have Android Auto. I also get a wireless charger. So if you have a phone that supports wireless charging, I think this is a great touch. Apart from that, the steering wheel, it feels very nice to hold. The armrest, it is big, it is useful. I also get these dual cup holders with a lid on. Having said that, what I seriously do not like is this IRVM. It lacks the auto dimming feature, and I think at this price point, MG should have given us auto dimming and not this manual unit. Apart from that, speaking of the seats, they are comfortable, they are accommodating, they are wide enough. And at least for the front passengers, the comfort, the visibility, the overall experience, I think it remains impressive. Now what you also get is a very large panoramic sunroof. Can be easily controlled by the dials here. Apart from that, the car gets multiple airbags, and in terms of the cabin, the fit and finish levels, the quality levels, it does have that premium touch, and you'll be happy in your ownership experience or the ownership years with the MG ZS EV. Now before I start, let me tell you, the front seat, it has been adjusted for my driving position. I stand 5 feet 10 inch tall, and with that being said, I think I have enough space. I can easily stretch my legs. These seats, they are comfortable. The recline angle, it is impressive. On the comfort front, I would say I now get these rear dedicated AC vents. I have a couple of charging sockets. I also have an armrest with dual cup holders. So I think for the rear passengers, in terms of comfort, in terms of the experience, the seat is decent enough. On the visibility front, where you do have a very high set, the glass area, so the glass area could have been, in my opinion, could have been bigger. But apart from that, I am happy here. On the plus side, the sunroof, it does help in elevating the in-cabin experience. Despite having an all-black color theme, the sunroof, it does help in bringing a lot of light and helping you feel a little airy. Apart from that, what I should mention is an almost flat tunnel right in the center, so third passenger will not have to fight for the legroom or for the space to keep his or her feet. And in all, cabin, it is decently wide. 3 large size adults, I think they would be a tight fit, but apart from that, anybody with an average frame should fit in here comfortably. Speaking of the cushioning, it's not very soft, it's not very hard either, and I think it's a perfect combination. And on the longer journeys, the occupants, the rear occupants, they should be very, very happy in terms of comfort. Also, what remains impressive is that you get a proper adjustable headrest for the center passenger. Also, you get a proper 3-point seat belt, and in terms of safety, I think these small touches, they do make the MG ZS EV a sorted family vehicle. After wrapping up the shoot, we started our journey. The battery percentage right now stands at 94%. The claimed range, or I would say the indicated range on the meter, is around 329 kilometers. Now, we were shooting, we were maneuvering the car here and there, and because of that, the overall range did take a toll. But apart from that, I think we are now on the road, and from now onwards, the range should go up. So what happens? Stay tuned. So we are heading towards Manesar now, and as soon as we hit the main highway, we are encountering some heavy traffic. Again, what I am liking are these blind spot or indicators that are there. They do help you to actually have that monitor, the blind spot monitor. A yellow light blinks on the ORVM and gives you an indication that a vehicle is there in close proximity to the vehicle. And when you are tackling through the traffic, tight spaces, etc., I think these things, they do help you have, I would say, a fuss-free driving experience. So over 48 kilometers into the trip, we did take a quick stop, a food stop. So basically we had some snacks and stuff. And the range, well, as per the indicated range on the speedo, it is around 274 kilometers. We are right now in normal mode. Again, we are now hitting a highway. We'll be maintaining average speeds of around 80 to 90. And somewhere, in my opinion now, I think the range, it should go up. Speaking of the battery, well, the battery percent is as of now 83%. It's very, very hot and the AC is switched on. And let's see कि जो MG ZS EV है, in these conditions हमारे को कितना रिटर्न कर देती है. Almost 73 kilometers into the journey. The range as per the speedo stands at around 255. We are in the eco mode, doing around 89-90. Cruise control गाड़ी का on है. The charge as of now stands at 75%. And I think given the fact that we were using the vehicle for shooting, we were slightly aggressive on the throttle for some testing. And at the end of the day, if a car can return an average, or I would say an economy of something like this, for an EV, it is impressive. If I talk about the performance, well, the ZS EV has now become more powerful. The claimed power and torque output stands at around 176 bhp and 353 Newton meter. Power is up by 33 HP, while torque is now slightly less, but in terms of real life, The new ZS EV, it gets a bigger battery pack. It is heavy, and despite the additional weight, I think the performance it is impressive for a car of this class. Now I'm not talking about 0 to 100, and I think most of the owners, most of the buyers, they won't be considering that either. In terms of real life performance, well, I am right now in eco mode, and I think most of your day-to-day commute, in most of your highway drives, you'll find yourself driving in the eco mode. There's enough performance. Power throttle response is impressive, but if you want your car to be very energetic, and you want that aggressive throttle, then I think you can consider the sport mode. So the MG ZS EV, it gets 3 driving modes: the eco, normal, and the sport. Maximum power and torque obviously are available in the sport mode. And apart from that, I think with that being aside, as a driver, the overall experience, it is impressive. Speaking of the steering, well, it is light, it is communicative, and somewhere it is responsive. So push the vehicle hard into the corners and you'll be very confident. The high speed stability, it is great, and I'm very happy to report that the stiff suspension does actually help in keeping the vehicle almost flat, no matter how bad the surface gets. So sometimes you're on the highway doing some triple digit speeds, slightest of the undulations sometimes make you nervous, but with the MG ZS EV, I think the suspension setup is tuned to deliver impressive dynamics. With performance sorted, if I speak of the ease of driving, I have a good view of the hood up front. The ORVMs, they do give me a good view of the behind. The visibility factor is great, and it's been almost 2 hours since I'm driving the vehicle. The seat, it is comfortable. The cushioning, it is not very soft, and I usually do not prefer very soft seats, because when you are spending long hours on in your car on those highway journeys, the soft seats, they do take a toll on the overall comfort. But with that being said, the cushioning, it is spot on. The seats are comfortable. Visibility wise, it's a great car, and in terms of performance, I think it's a big thumbs up from my end for the MG ZS EV. But speaking of the brakes, well, I am fairly impressed with the performance. The bite, the initial bite, it is sharp, and somewhere the car does shed up speeds really well. Now what you also get are these 3 different regenerative modes, 1, 2 and 3, with 1 being the least intrusive and 3 being the most aggressive. Does help in actually charging the battery as you go, especially in stop-go traffic. And in all, I think in terms of braking, it is a good car, and the multiple selection, the multiple regenerative modes that you get, they do help you actually take better control over your vehicle. With that being said, it's an electric vehicle. Electric vehicles, they are known to be very silent inside the cabin, and this one, it is no different. You are doing speeds around 90, 100. The cabin, it remains fairly silent except for the road noise that does creep into the cabin. And in all, I think for the NVH levels, it is decent, if not great. So you won't find any harsh vibrations. The motor is barely audible inside. And in all, I think if you are doing a highway journey with your family, you will be comfortable, and the overall experience would be commendable. After covering 116 kilometers, we are back in Gurgaon. So we left highway a couple of minutes ago. Range as of now shows 248. We are right now in normal, shifting back to eco. Range in eco state is 261. Battery percentage 65%. What happens next? We'll meet you soon at 50%. 150 kilometers done. Range is somewhere around 250. Charge left 58%. और जो हमारा स्पीडो है इट इज़ शोइंग अस कि हमने किए हैं अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 7.5 किलोमीटर्स पर किलोवाट। जो हमारा सेकेंड लेग ऑफ जर्नी था इट हैज़ बीन मोर एफिशिएंट। हमने नॉन स्टॉप गाड़ी चलाई, स्टॉप गो ट्रैफिक थोड़ा सा कम मिला, हेंस बेटर किलोमीटर्स ऑन दी ऑटो। ऑल्सो इन दी फर्स्ट हाफ, इन दी इनिशियल हाफ ऑफ द जर्नी वी वर बिजी शूटिंग द व्हीकल, हेंस जो बैटरी का ड्रॉप था वो थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा रहा। बट आई थिंक गिवन दी फैक्ट कि एक नॉर्मल आदमी अगर इस गाड़ी को यूज़ कर रहा होगा, he or she won't be using or the vehicle to shoot, and in those circumstances I think 7.5 kilometers per kilowatt with AC on in city is commendable. We'll drive the vehicle for a few more kilometers till we reach 50% charge capacity on the battery, and then we'll see how many kilometers we can expect from a car like ZS EV in real life usage conditions. Now we did talk about the ADAS system in the start. Now what we get with the MG ZS EV is not a fully functional ADAS unit. Commonly what we usually think of. So what you do get are these blind spot monitors, a lane change assist and rear cross traffic alert. No, it won't brake, so the autonomous braking feature it is missing. Active cruise control is missing from the package. And what you will also be missing is the lane keep assist that we see on the MG Aster or maybe the XUV 700. So in terms of that, yes, despite having a lot of sensors all around, you will not be getting a fully loaded ADAS kit with the MG ZS EV. Having said that, what you will appreciate however is the new 360-degree camera. The resolution is not the best, but I think it is fully functional and gives you an idea where your car is while negotiating those tight turns and those traffic jams. So this is it, 184.9 kilometers, almost 185. Range is 220 kilometers. 50% charge is left on the battery, and we took around 4 hours 36 minutes for the entire journey. अब जो हमारा consumption था it was somewhere around 7.6 kilometers to a kilowatt, and somewhere I think the way we used the vehicle, we were shooting, we were doing highway trips, we used it inside the city. And for those scenarios, I think an efficiency like this is commendable for a car of this size.
So Nitin, how was your drive and experience with the ZS today?
Simple and short, I was impressed. The
Wow.
vehicle has improved, and I think things have become better in terms of performance, comfort, in-cabin experience, range. I think the MG ZS EV with this update has become better.
You spoke about range, and I'm very curious because a few months back I had made a new India Book of Record. Nitin was also involved to an extent in that record, and we drove 1,160 kilometers in 24 hours. So with this updated model, what is the kind of range you got today?
Well, we drove the vehicle for a little over 185 kilometers.
Okay.
The charge left on the battery was exactly 50%.
Half of that, okay?
Yes, and the range was somewhere around 220 kilometers.
Oh, wow, wow.
So since we were shooting in the morning,
Yeah.
we encountered city traffic, so did take a toll on that initial part of the journey. But apart from that, it proved to be very, very efficient.
So that means in 50%, Nitin drove the car for 185 kilometers. Simple calculations. On a full charge or a full tank, as we say for petrol cars, this thing can do almost 400 kilometers in genuine real-world conditions. Nitin, I don't think there's any other car which is not very expensive in this price band, under 50 lakh rupees, electric car that can do 400 kilometers genuinely as he showed you, right?
Yeah.
So guys, in the end, I think if you're in the market for a mid-size SUV, which nowadays is approximately higher versions, 18 lakh rupees or so on, you can definitely push your budget to go for this one, because yes, it's technology, yes, it's very good performance, and running cost is as low as peanuts. So in the end, I think he's impressed. I'm also very impressed with the updates and advancements with the MG ZS EV. If you're still watching the video, guys, a big thank you for staying with us till the end. And of course, more interesting videos are coming your way, and for those notifications, you know what to do. Do hit the subscribe button and of course the bell icon as well. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.